れは私である必要はないのかもしれない。私以外に大切な誰かができる日が来るかもしれない。
So this might be the first episode of Archdemon's Dilemma that I didn't like. And let me explain. First off, I felt like this episode was a very long episode. And not long in like a good way. In anime, it's a very weird thing to where like when an anime feels really short, like when an episode of anime feels really short, 9 out of 10 times that means that episode was bomb diggity. Like it was a good episode of anime because it just felt like it just went so quick and you're like, I want more. But when shows feel really long, it typically means you're probably bored. And although I don't necessarily think I was bored by any means this episode, I just don't think it was the best showing that it could have had. I don't think that that's any fault, though, of the studio or the animators. Like, I don't think it's like the fault of the people making this production. I think it's fault in the writing. And one of the things I really loved about this show, or I do really love, because it's an active love. One of the things I really love about this show is the genuine nature of these two individuals who are opposites but are the same in a way based off of the really cruel lives that they have had and the really hard experiences that they have had, and those two negatives kind of come together to make a positive, if that makes sense. And because you have these two negative yin and yangs, they seemingly come together to make this positive. And the show is really centered around these two individuals coming to each other and understanding each other and getting close to each other and romantic feelings to start from that, and all of essentially all of the above that comes with falling in love in this type of world where there's sorcerers and witches and magic and elves and all the other stuff. So that's what I love about this show. And Neffy and I keep wanting to call him Zanoba, but his name's and that's a Mashoko reference. His name's 𝐒𝐻𝐽. So Neffy and 𝐒𝐻𝐽, I think, are really cool characters. And I really dug last week with him becoming a archdemon and stuff. And then I really enjoyed, him finally getting Marcosius's, or whatever the old demon's name was, getting his stuff and freeing Neffy from her shackles, and basically like your life starts again here by no longer being in slavery. I didn't like that he dismissed her, but I think I and you probably understood the reasons, or at least kind of this thought process on why he decided to do that. And if you need a refresher, it's because he thought that she has made enough relationships within this town that they live in, and there's enough people that care about her now to where he could remove himself from that, not bring her into danger in the future with his new archdemon position, and also not have somebody who could, how do you say it? Like, get to him through her. He wants to remove her from that factor. And he thought she could make it, and, not realizing, not taking into account her side of the story and her feelings about the matter, and like he just completely selfishly one track, one mind. That's why he did it. I was with it. And then this episode, I did genuinely like Neffy getting along, or her interactions. Gotta fight that yawn off. Holy shit. I tried to hold it back. It couldn't. It just came out. Like, holy shit. I genuinely like her interactions with the night girl, Chattil, Shastil, something like that. I genuinely like that interaction. I thought the town people vying for Neffy was freaking hilarious. Like they were ready to go grab like pitchforks to go and protect Neffy from, you know, the knighthood and everything else. So I genuinely like that. And then the girl with the wings, I forget what her name is, but the one who has the clothing store, you know, she came into play. And then they went to like a restaurant or a bar or something, and they had food, and Neffy was able to pour her heart out to them. And I genuinely, no bullshit, I enjoyed all that. I thought that was really, really good stuff. Where my problem started, and I know I spent all this time getting up to here. Where my problem or my nitpick or my critical mind or critique comes into play, where I said my problem with the writing is I don't genuinely or generally like the Barbados twist. Barbados, whatever his name is. Barbados, whatever. Barbados Island. I don't really like that twist. Now, I don't necessarily mind that he happened to also have been the apprentice of the guy that 𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐽 killed or whatever. Like, I think that's serviceable. I think that's fine. I think that they could go a lot of different ways with that. But they decided to make him so crazed. And he says, you know, sorcerers, they don't live for revenge or whatever like that. But he is. And he's not living for revenge for his master. He's kind of living for revenge of himself for failing to accomplish something that 𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐽 was able to accomplish. And now he feels entitled to 𝐒𝐚𝐽's knowledge. Like he feel like he should be 𝐒𝐚𝐽. So he's getting revenge for himself against this dude. And he played the long game. And based on 𝐒𝐚𝐽 being able to kind of like, you know, put things together, I think he's kind of always known that about Barbados, but because he never acted on it, he was probably like, you know, maybe he let it go. You know what I mean? So I think 𝐒𝐚𝐽 is intellectually there to understand that. I think, though, on the storyboard, I think it looks okay. In practice, though, I didn't like that twist of Barbados being the villain guy who was pretending to be his friend and double-crossed him. And he's obviously going to either get really injured or murdered by 𝐒𝐚𝐽. 𝐒𝐚𝐽's either going to inflict a lot of pain on him or kill him, because he can, and he should at this point. But I genuinely liked the idea of 𝐒𝐚𝐽 having a genuine friend in this Barbados guy. And although maybe they don't see each other as friends, that's what they are in all but name or brand or title. But because now he's deciding to double cross him, and he's obviously going to fail, and he just learned that he was the Archdemon and all the other stuff, like, it's fine. It's serviceable. I much would have rather seen, you know, Neffy goes to try and find her place. She realizes that 𝐒𝐚𝐽 is, you know, she's the master. Maybe he doesn't initially take her in, or maybe he takes on a mission or something. He disappears, and she's struggling to figure out how to get her way back to him. I much would have rather have seen a different approach to Neffy and 𝐒𝐚𝐽 being reunited than a looming Doom character. At least that looming Doom character specifically being Barbados. I think I much would have rather have seen it been somebody else. Maybe they used a face dealer. Maybe they used somebody else that 𝐒𝐚𝐽 happens to also know. I don't know, but it's serviceable and it's fine. It just didn't hit for me. So this is the most disappointed I've been in this show so far, but that beginning portion of this episode is really good. And I know once we move past this arc or this little bit of the show that I don't like, I know we'll get back to what I really did like, and that's just 𝐒𝐚𝐽 and Neffy's kind of pure relationship growing. So those are my thoughts. Don't want to make this video too long. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Maybe you loved everything. Maybe you loved the twist. Maybe you love Barbados Island being the guy. Maybe you love all of that. If that's true, let me know in the comments. Maybe you're also feeling my feelings. Let me know that in the comments. Maybe you freaking hate it. Let me know that in the comments. I'll see you guys then. Peace out.